Hi, I'm just going to turn my light down again. It's so bright. Day 20 of Build Your Belonging. So this is going to be a really quick video tonight because it's just guidance of a practice that I want you to do, which this practice is a really lovely kind of wrap up task, if you like. And it's a really nice way to bring lots of things together that we've been doing over the last almost 3 weeks. And the practice I want you to do today is I want you to write a letter to yourself. Okay, now I know that these things can be difficult and we feel uncomfortable because it can bring up some difficult emotions for us. But I want you to write this letter to yourself in a year's time as if you're reflecting back on the year that has happened. So that's why yesterday I got you to think about all the things that you would like to happen that could be possible for you over the next year. And the practice for today is to actually write down what's happened. So you're writing to yourself, celebrating all of the things that you have created over the last year. Now, I've done this a couple of times and the results are always fascinating because what I have found, I've done it twice. So I've written the letter a year ahead and then I've reflected on the letter a year later and completely forgetting about it in the meantime, and then recognising that actually I have made a number of those things happen, often without consciously realising it, because I have set this intention that this is the direction that I'm heading in and this is how I want things to look. Now, it might not look, exactly as you write it down, but we are setting an intention for ourselves. And there's something about writing things down that creates a commitment to the process and to ourselves to make these things happen. So the task for today, the practice for today, is to write a letter to yourself in a year's time. And if you want to push it into like New Year 2025, that's fine. There's no rule book here. But I want you to write a letter as if you are celebrating all of the achievements. And when I say achievements, that doesn't necessarily mean like a physical achievement of some kind, like an award or an exam. It's nothing like that. It's just more the things that you would like to happen, such as, increased confidence, self-belief, self-worth, really creating this sense of belonging rather than fitting in. I'm just giving you some examples. You can choose whatever you want. But what I would really encourage you to choose are the real deeply important things to you, okay? Because that's where the long-lasting sustainable change really comes in, okay? Feel free to add some stuff. Maybe there's some stuff that you'd like to have, a holiday destination or, something physical, material. But what I would encourage you to do is to focus on the deep core, values, beliefs, the things that you would like to have in place in your life in a year's time. And trust me when I tell you this is a really, really powerful tool, because you are setting an intention for yourself. And when you put pen to paper, you really commit, okay? There's something around the subconscious really tuning in to what it is that you want. And we start to make these subtle changes. And that's really what this whole 3 weeks has been about, and I've said this many, many times to you. We do not have to make massive sweeping changes to change our lives. And in fact, they're often not sustainable. It's these little things that we do, bite size, everyday, small, sustainable, achievable things that we can do that actually make the long lasting change. And what's really nice about, as we come to the end, is ending with this task, is it's a really lovely way for you to bring together everything that you've been thinking about over the last 3 weeks. Like, what really matters to you? We did the values exercise a couple of days ago. What are the qualities that you want to be present in your life more often than they are currently? So I want you to really think about that and write a letter. Don't overthink it too much. Okay, no one's going to read it. Only you. You're going to be the only person that reads this. So don't worry about it being, a literary, masterpiece. That's not what we're interested in here. Even if it's just a series of bullet points of things that you would like to, to happen, to create, to generate, that's all you need to do. Okay, there is no perfection here. it is just a way of setting an intention for ourselves to make this stuff happen. Now, if you want to share it, you can share it, of course you can, but there's no pressure. So don't worry too much about how it reads. Don't worry about mistakes, spelling mistakes, grammar. Like, this is not a test. This is you just putting it out to the universe, if you like. This is what I'm going for now over the next year. These are the changes that you're creating a commitment to yourself. And also it doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be lengthy. I think when I wrote my last letter, in a journal, it was kind of 3 sides of a journal, but yours can be as long or as short as you want. It does not matter. You cannot get this wrong. You cannot mess it up. But just think about this commitment that you're creating to yourself. And if you're struggling, because it is hard, journaling practices can be, we often worry about, I'm not sticking to my journaling practice. If you feel some resistance there, like, I want you just to be curious about that. Like, what's holding me back from committing to this process? Hold it lightly, be curious, and see if you can, again, just mine beneath the surface. Is it you're worried that you're going to let yourself down? You're not going to make it happen? And just sit with that. And again, put into practice all the things that we've done so far. Sit in that discomfort, breathe through that discomfort, do some tapping, and just see if you can allow yourself to move through it. You can bring all of these wonderful things, into real life as you work through this letter. Just give it a go. And if it's uncomfortable, that's okay. It's hard. Change is hard. And, it's a sign that we're moving forward if we're in some discomfort. So that's completely normal. Okay, keeping it super short. There's going to be, a final roundup tomorrow of everything. So let me know how you get on with this practice. Thank you so much for watching so far. I've really enjoyed doing it. And happy writing. Enjoy. And I'll be back tomorrow. Bye. Have a lovely evening.